Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager. Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it? Good to be back. Good to be back, feeling better. And ready to pick up where we left off on Season 4 here with Brabham Racing on F1 Manager 24 on the PS5. So let's jump in as we head for Round 8 at Monaco. Going old school again today, back onto direct streaming from the PS5. Nothing wrong with the PC, just haven't got round to getting back onto it. So we're just going to do this the old-fashioned way for the next few days. I am also in the middle of planning out a layout change of all the furniture to try and create a bit more of a working studio area of sorts. So yeah, things are a little up in the air at the moment. It has meant that not only has the streaming gone away for 3 weeks now, but the PC channel's come to a screeching halt as well, and that's not likely to start back up again for a little while. I'm better, but I'm still not ready to take on the commitment of 2 channels just yet. So we'll stick to the live streams for now, and eventually I will get around to getting back onto PC stuff as well. Hello to Corey, Victor, Anthony, Wally. Good to see you guys. Hello to everyone else lurking in the chat. Thank you to everyone who reached out while I was off, asking how I was. Much appreciated. Yeah, let's crack on. It's been a while, so I don't really remember where we got up to. We are on the day of Monaco. We've got very little money in the bank. I think Kimi, is he 2 or 3 races in now? Let's have a look at results. So he came second at Imola. He won in Miami and the sprint as well, and George was at China. So this will be the 3rd race for Kimi. Can he make it 3 podiums in a row? 4 if you count the sprint, I suppose. We're sitting very comfortably, as you can see, at the top of the constructors standings. 299 points, nearly double Red Bull's score. Let's take a quick look at the drivers standings. Oscar top by 39 points from George, who is now without a seat. Maybe he'll reappear at some point later in the season, but I think the earliest we'll see him now will be Bahrain next season. Lando's up to 3rd. Antonelli's already in 7th place after just 2 rounds with a maximum 52 points. 2 wins from 2 there. Although, why is it not counting the sprint result? 26 points for the win. Oh no, because he didn't win both races, did he? He won the sprint, he won the race, and then he was 2nd at Imola. So yeah, that 8 points there makes up for not having won. But still a really strong start already, as I said, ahead of Gasly, Porsche, Zhou, Sainz, Albon, Ricciardo, some big names. Obviously, both of the Ferraris still in really, really bad shape. Let's take a quick look at our car. I don't remember how good the car is. Lacking in DRS, it would seem. Less of an issue in some respects here, but also pretty important given there's only one real major DRS opportunity on the circuit. Engine cooling is terrible, but our dirty air tolerance is excellent. That is really good to see. Looks as though we are running equal spec across the cars. That's good. Let's see. We have chassis, side pod and research and suspension research projects going through. We're building another chassis and another underfloor. Can't build anything else. Let's see what we've got in terms of spare parts. We have 1 spare chassis, 2 spare front wings, 1 spare rear wing, 2 spare side pods, no spare underfloors, and 1 spare suspension. So we're a little light on parts, but hopefully we can get a bit of cash in after today and expand the production that we have going on right now. Let's take a quick look at our drivers. So Oscar looking mighty as always, and Kimi looking pretty damn good himself. He is missing, or he is losing in most categories, but he is a little higher in accuracy by a point. A couple of points better at overtaking, a couple of points better in smoothness. But this is his debut season. He's only 20 years old. He's only had 2 races and a sprint in his entire career so far. And those stats, admittedly boosted by his mentality, are pretty damn awesome. So high hopes for Antonelli, if not for this season, then certainly for next. I don't know whether he'll be able to catch and overhaul Oscar or not. Let's set some targets. 9th and 15th. We should comfortably beat those.
Welcome
Evening, Dino.
along to one of the biggest weekends in motorsport, here in Monaco. F1 descends on Monte Carlo for the Monaco Grand Prix, a glittering show on the Riviera and a crown for whoever can emerge victorious here. Space may be tight and overtakes few and far between, but that won't stop the drivers battling until the end on this iconic street circuit. Lando Norris delivered for his team in the last race and will head into this weekend with plenty of confidence. Can the Brit bring it home in this round too? Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
All right, let's see. No rookies tonight. Just going to stick with our regular drivers. Do we know if they'll do a 2025 version? Not yet. Unconfirmed rumours that the series has been cancelled. Nothing confirmed from either F1 or Frontier yet. We got the announcement of F1 Manager 24, the official announcement, in March last year. So probably a month or 2 away from finding out either way as to whether the series is done. But we shall see. Hopefully there'll be another one. The reviews have been a lot better for this game. Feedback has been a hell of a lot better for this game. But sales, not amazing. So we'll see. Let's start off by putting in practice parts. So we want our weakest engine. Stay with that ERS, and we'll go back to an older gearbox. It's a very high downforce circuit, so we want a very high downforce setup. We're going to go with something like that. I think it's a little bit too much. So let's dial that back a bit. Let's go to that, and let's push this up a little bit as well. Let's go to that bit. We'll try that. Run plan, we're going to go with 25 laps. When it's normally only 21 laps around the circuit, so we are definitely embracing shorter run times this season to help protect the wear rate on the car as well. Let's do a slightly different setup here. Let's go again with the 10-16. Go with an 8.2 this time, and we'll go a little bit higher here, And we'll go quite high here as well, and that is too much as well. So let's bring that down to a 3.25. Let's go to a 3.3. Right on the edge, I think. We'll give that a go. 25 laps, parts, yeah. Older engine. Yeah, we are set and ready. So we'll send them out.
Green light. Radio check. Radio's loud and clear. Radio check.
Yeah, that is loud and now clear.
Let's ride on board for Antonelli's first lap around Monaco.
Copy. Take care with the hard curve usage.
Yeah, copy.
Right, let's speed them up. You've joined Alpine from my team.
Tyre temps are
State the facilities as woeful. Several of them were literally at 0%. Yeah, I get the feeling that Ferrari is going to be like that. Or pretty close to that right now. So, at the moment, Antonelli is about, I was going to say he's about a tenth slower, but he's not really, is he? Has Forza come to PlayStation yet?
It is fine.
Copy that, okay.
Completely missed that if that's the case. Because as far as I knew, it was just Xbox and PC and Xbox Game Pass. I know that there are several planned Xbox releases for PlayStation, and Forza was one of the ones touted, but I didn't know whether it actually happened yet. Assetto Corsa's PlayStation Plus, or PlayStation. It's been on PlayStation for years. Right, 97%. That's a really strong start for Oscar. 85 for Kimi. It's not so bad.
Surface temperatures currently looking quite low.
And this is where the lap time information becomes a little bit more muddy, as we're constantly having to deal with cars behind us that are a bit quicker than us. But when they're both in clean air, they are lapping very close to each other. Yeah, it is about a tenth, isn't it, by the look of it at the moment? On average. Some laps it's more, sometimes it's less. Right, so 3% away, and it's the cornering that needs to change. That should hopefully do it. A little bit further here. We'll go with 2 clicks, and then we're going to correct that back down to about here, I think. That might not be enough. Bring that down to 9.5. Try that. Actually, I don't need to send them back out. We're doing limited running. There we go. So I've not played a lot of F1 Manager while I've been away. I did do a couple of races here and there with my Honda team. I did one right before this live stream, actually, for the first time in a while. So I've just finished Spa. I'm into the mid-season break now. Perez has put it in the barrier somewhere. Oh, hits the wall coming out of Casino.
Yeah.
And look at the team there. They all knew what that moment meant.
I haven't done a lot of gaming in general, really, while I've been off. I mean, fits and starts here and there. I've played a bit of Space Marine. I've been playing a lot of Frostpunk. Not the cheeriest of games, probably not the smartest move on my part, given my state of mind at the time, but I just find it very relaxing, that game. So I've been playing that a lot recently. Been hell diving again a bit more recently. One of the things that helped pull me out of my low state was the Mojo Madness videos. I already had the footage for part 2, and just sitting and editing that and the chuckling, helped lift my spirits a bit. And then, knocked another part out a couple of days ago as well. I do have fun playing with Mojo. So that's helped. Let's go with another 25 lap run.
Okay, that's green light.
Are you still getting hit with the storm, Wayne? We got battered with it over the weekend. Yeah, those Mojo Madness videos, they're less really for the channel. They're more for my own amusement, and the amusement of Mojo and the people that we dive with. But you know, if you want to watch some shenanigans, then feel free.
Stealthy curbs.
Copy.
They are in the Fun with Friends playlist, along with some Aliens Fireteam Elite videos from a couple of years back. And it's been a little windy here today, but not anything like it was at the weekend. Winds were really strong on Friday. Welcome, Farah. Oh, hailstones. Oof, nasty.
Oscar, is the coal okay?
Yeah, copy that.
Well, there we go. We've nailed Oscar's setup. What was the advert, Farah? Just out of interest.
Just
Still not close with Antonelli.
Copy that. Red flag.
A cat driving a Jeep. Jesus.
Now,
Oh, we
should
have a
be
red
able
flag.
to take a look here. Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4.
Oh, it's a Ferrari. Ferrari in the
Ends up
barriers.
making contact with the barrier. Well, following a crash like that, it'll be important now to ensure that any debris is cleared from the scene.
Yeah, that's not a good place to park up outside casino. All right, so that is a 9-1. Don't think that's going to be enough of a change. Let's push that. No, let's leave that as a 9-5 for now. Bring that to there. No. Let's do that instead. Yeah, try that. Yeah, whisper it quietly, but Liverpool looking like they could be on for a second title in 6 years. I don't want to jinx it yet, but it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty strong in Europe as well, which is nice. Max, quickest in this session. on those soft tyres. Right, we're at 97% prep. We're going to go with just a 20 lap run. I'm going to go with the mediums again, I think. Let me just check the weather. Cloudy, yeah, that'll be fine. 47. We'll go with 20 with Kimmy as well. Yeah, we'll stick with the mediums. So on raw pace, it does look like Oscar just has that little bit of an edge over Antonelli this weekend, but stranger things can happen in the race.
Feedback on the car?
97. That's pretty damn good. We are maxed out on driver knowledge or driver prep, but we're going to keep going just for another couple of laps because we're close to getting the car fully learned. Evening, Packins. It is the front wing, isn't it? So that would mean doing that and that. Yeah. And that's it for practice. We are done. So we can roll on qualifying now. We'll check on predicted tyre wear. Probably going to go for the 2-stop. Looks like Leclerc and Gasly are going to have new components fitted for qualifying. Let's see what the issues are. Gearbox, so it'll be a new gearbox for Leclerc, new engine for Gasly.
Our weekend continues with qualifying as the
Oh,
drivers fight it
surprised.
out for a strong grid position.
When did Moyes take over
Qualifying means everything
again
around
at Everton?
Monaco.
Because
With
I
little
saw an
chance of
article
overtaking in the race,
about
getting
David
as far
Moyes,
up the
and I was
grid
like,
as
I
possible
don't remember him
and keeping the
being
car intact is
rehired.
every driver's goal on this unforgiving circuit.
And I was wondering
And
how
there's been a bit of
that
talk
one had
lately
just
about
slipped
Oscar
under the radar.
Piastri. Karun, how's he been doing?
I'd say they'll be feeling all right. If you were to compare them with their teammate, they're coming out on top and they're showing their worth.
Let the competition commence.
So about the time I stopped paying attention to everything. Yeah. All right. Better parts.
Sessions should be starting now.
Send out Kimmy first. And now we'll send out Oscar. Sylvain Petit makes his way onto the track in one of the two Ferraris. Not expecting them to do much this weekend.
Good gaps ahead of everyone.
Kimmy starts his flying lap.
Go.
Oscar, you've got a clear track ahead. You're good to open the lap.
And hopefully Bottas is not going to be in the way of Piastri. Should be far enough ahead that he won't be an issue. I haven't fired the PC up in about 3 weeks. I think what kind of the straw that broke the camel's back with me was I sat and spent an entire day recording an entire playthrough of Space Marine from start to finish. And
Box end of this lap.
despite having done some test recordings and everything looking okay, when I went back to review the footage and put it together to try and upload it, it was all unusable. and that it looked all washed out and it was all choppy, and having to delete
Delta negative at the end of the lap.
all of that
If you could keep
content
your pace up on the in-lap.
just kind of
Perfect.
was very disheartening. And I haven't played on, haven't booted the system since. So Oscar leads from Kimi by just over a tenth. Gasly is only a couple of tenths back from Antonelli's time there.
Stop in your marks and switch off.
Do we know when City Skylines 2 is out? Nope. Still hasn't been announced as a release date, just that it will be out at some point this year, but it's already over a year late. So I would imagine quite late this year. There's been a bit of talk on Reddit as to whether Paradox are just going to cut their losses with City Skylines 2 once they've fulfilled their minimum requirements. In terms of the Ultimate Edition that people purchased. I don't know if that'll happen or not. I think there's still a lot of scope for that game to get a lot better. It's just whether the company gives it the time it needs. But they definitely released it way too soon. It is currently on sale again on the PC. I think about 20% off, I think. Yeah, I'm keeping my eye open for Subnautica 2. I don't know if I'll play it when it's in early access. I probably might wait for it to be a bit more polished. But I am very curious about the multiplayer aspect of Subnautica 2. There will be co-op multiplayer in that, which could be good, could be terrible.
Good gap in front. Let's go.
Oh, is it full price now? I must have just missed it then. I thought it was on sale till early February.
Good gap ahead.
Might be thinking of Frostpunk 2. Oh, we've got a little bit of traffic here.
Didn't get out of the way.
Yeah, we saw that.
And that's definitely hampered Oscar through the middle sector there. Antonelli should now go top. And Oscar was still quicker in the middle sector. So it's a 108.6. That's pretty much on par with what he did in the first session. Maybe he got away with it. Maybe he didn't get held up. Antonelli, 10th and a half slower. So, yeah, it looks like he managed to get away with it.
Yeah, we're happy with that.
Copy.
Well, once again, those times should be good enough for us to go through without having to run again. Max up to second. Ocon's only 10th right now. Leclerc goes 9th, knocking Ocon out. As things stand, Porsche not having a great run. Gasly off the pace as well. And now both Red Bulls are in the drop zone. Gasly now up to P4. Williams definitely looking much stronger right now. Let's not forget Gasly, I think, is running that new engine as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, new engine for Gasly. Ocon running a new engine as well. And you see Leclerc running that new gearbox. Both Red Bulls have improved so far, but Leclerc has got traffic. He's stuck behind Norris. Now he gets clear as he goes through the tunnel. Ocon coming up to the line. Ocon up to P5. Should be safe. Ricciardo is now knocked out. Iwasa is not safe either. Porsche coming up to the line. Porsche improves but stays in 13th. He's out. Leclerc goes P3. He is through. That's Iwasa knocked out. Sargent crosses the line and he is out. So it's Iwasa, Ricciardo, Porsche, Albon, Sargent and Zhou eliminated in Q2. And the Williams cars definitely looking a bit of a threat. Max in particular looking very threatening. You're going to have a rebrand of your team after you get sacked. When you say a rebrand, do you mean starting fresh? Don't think the colour of the car is going to make a difference. The drivers will.
Those rear brakes.
Copy.
Of course, you could do the classic 80s mentality and paint go faster stripes on the side of it. Just like every hot hatch used to do. which Williams is that behind me? It's Max.
And drive straight out, track will be clear.
Let's go.
It's all clear ahead.
So Max is going to get a little bit of a benefit here running behind Oscar. Oh, then again, he might actually get a little bit screwed over here. He just about got away with that, I think. We are quickest in the first sector. And now Antonelli's hitting that traffic. Oh, that was clunky getting through past Gasly there.
Yeah, I saw that.
No issue with the Mercedes. Sainz getting out of our way. Someone's gone quicker than us in the first sector. I get the feeling that might be one of the Red Bulls. Oscar still quicker than Max in the middle sector. Quicker than Antonelli as well. Oscar with a 108.6 again. This is on worn tyres as well, don't forget. Max a second off the pace in the end.
Look after the fuel on the
Antonelli goes second, 2.5 tenths behind.
P2.
Norris goes P3. Leclerc now up to P3. Yeah, it was Leclerc who went purple in the first, getting that nice little slipstream off Norris there. Ocon now P4.
Oscar pit lane.
Remember the pit lane speed limiter.
Gasly getting caught up behind Sainz. It's not going to be a great lap for Gasly.
Pit lane.
Only P6 and second off the pace, but he is still quicker than his teammate. Speaking of updates, it's been a while since we've had an update for this game. I think we may possibly have had the last one. I'd like to think I'm wrong in that, but traditionally this is where they kind of stop updating the game. Whether this is a good sign that 25 is actually happening or not, I don't know. Right, we are going to go early. Try and avoid some of the traffic. I mean, if they do cancel the series, I would have hoped that they would have continued to support this one for a full 12 months and make this the best game it could possibly be. But it may well be that they're going to do neither. They're going to cancel the game and abandon this one as well, which would be a real shame.
Oscar, you've got a clear track ahead. So Oscar, happy to open a lap.
So it's going to be a clean lap for Oscar. Let's see if Piastri, see if Antonelli gets the same fortune. And as I say, that Sainz immediately pulls out of his pit box. And we're going to get traffic with Antonelli again. Unless we can get passed up the hill before Mirabeau. Before Massenet. We do. So, a really good chance here then for Antonelli. Has improved in the first. Oh, look how close it's just 4 thousandths in the first sector. Just a couple of hundredths in the middle sector. No improvement in the final sector for Oscar. Antonelli can pull together a good final sector. He could steal pole position. The big gap though, nearly 3/10. He does improve and he almost does it. He gets within 25 thousandths of a second.
Yeah, we're happy with that.
And is currently 3.5 tenths ahead of Charles Leclerc, who now leaves the pits for his final run. In fact, he's actually just about to start his final run.
Oscar, pit lane.
Okay, so remember pit lane speed limiter.
Stop in front of our garage.
Pit lane.
So we'll stop on marks.
Leclerc absolutely flying in the opening sector. Goes personal best in the middle. Up to the line. And takes pole position away by a tenth and a half, effectively. That's a hell of a lap from Charles Leclerc. Is anyone still running? Max is still on a flyer. But he's stuck behind Tsunoda. So it looks like Leclerc is going to take pole then. I don't think Tsunoda or Max are going to be able to topple him. Norris is P4, Ocon in P5, Sainz 6 at the moment, 7th at the moment for Tsunoda as he drives to the line with Max right behind him. And they do not improve, they stay 7th and 10th. Gasly in 8th, Bottas in 9th. Bit of a let-off for Max to be that far off the pace, and Gasly as well. He was also held up on his first run. Those two Williams cars definitely capable of podium pace, Max in particular. So him struggling in qualifying is a bit of a boost to us. But we will start in 2nd and 3rd.
The streets of Monte Carlo are ready as the drivers now prepare for 78 laps around this historic track.
Monaco can hand out unpredictable results, just like in 1982, when 4 race leaders hit trouble. Riccardo Patrese eventually claimed the win after managing to restart his stalled car by himself with a downhill bump start.
The world's most famous street track, Circuit de Monaco, and it demands total accuracy from teams and drivers alike. Pit stops are crucially important for passing here, so timing them right can be the key to victory. The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race.
Okay, so we're going to look at a 2-stop and we're going to look at a 3-stop, a 1-stop. See which works out best. Yeah, well, there we go. Clear winner. So let's have a look at this instead. That looks a little bit better. There we go. We're going to take 3 laps of fuel out. Again, given the high likelihood of a safety car or a VSC around this circuit, makes more sense to be a little under-fueled at the start. You can always do some aggressive fuel saving if we need to. Let's see if we can get the jump off the line as well. Let's really go for it. And we are ready to send them to the grid for the start of the Monaco Grand Prix.
Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race. You and I won't be the only ones keeping an eye on Oscar Piastri, Karoo.
They're in second place on the grid, but that could so easily change in the first few seconds after lights out.
Right, let's get to it then. We're here and the streets are abuzz at the Monaco Grand Prix. And it's lights out. And away we go.
All right, let's see. Oh, it's a terrible start from Piastri. Bogged down for whatever reason. Antonelli moves up into second place and is straight on the attack. He's not going to get through here. So we're immediately going to calm things back down again.
Let's just manage these tyres.
Let's take a look at tyres. Leclerc also on the mediums, as is Norris and Ocon. Sainz in P6 on the hards. And Tsunoda on mediums. Gasly, Bottas, Iwasa and Verstappen all on hards as well. that could make things very interesting. That could open up a bit of a traffic jam from 8th back and open up a really nice gap for us to drop into on our first stop. Leclerc is bolting. He is really going for it. Early days. He will come back to us.
DRS enabled. P3. 0.4. Car behind is Lando. Gap to Lando now 0.7.
And Stroll has a fault already.
We don't need to take any risks.
Copy.
Copy.
And now we're going to use the battery.
We have overtake available.
Copy.
We've already dropped Norris out of DRS range. There's a chance for Ocon here. You can't take the chance. We go side by side up the hill to Massenet. That worries me. Antonelli holds his nerve and the position.
Overtaking is very, very difficult.
Still plenty of
And
opportunities.
that's quite a serious fault for Stroll already. An orange fault. That's his ERS. Percentage is okay, so that's probably just a temporary issue. And we are all over the back of Charles Leclerc here. Antonelli sets the fastest lap, tries to go around the outside. Can't get the move done into Sandoval, but will get the move done up the hill into Massenet. Oscar just having a little look, seeing if he could get alongside as they head into Casino.
Charge the pack.
And we are now where we need to be with Antonelli at the top. Oscar having to settle for third again. Norris now nearly 2 seconds off the back of the front three. Ocon still in tow. Then it's Tsunoda in sixth. He has got past Sainz, and then there's that 5-car hard tyre train. And Max is struggling at the moment in 10th, has dropped off the back of the cars in front. I don't think I've ever done a tunnel thumbnail.
Recharge on is good.
Yep.
Evening, Jack.
He has
Ferrari's
DRS.
drivers are still awful. Yes, they are.
Okay, recharge on. Copy.
Yeah, he did get DRS.
And again, a little sneaky look there from Charles Leclerc as Norris now sits in the fastest lap. Ooh. I would have thought most people would have gone with
Oscar, the pack is good.
Kimi and Teo. Or Kimi and Behrman. Or Teo and Behrman. That kind of combination. We have a VSC already. It's a full safety car. Ooh, now this adds an interesting twist. I think. I think we stick as we are. I don't think we need to react to this. So it's Lawson and Perez, the two Haas drivers, kind of coming together by the look of it.
Safety car deployed. Safety car, recharge button on.
Oh, it's a full red flag. Oh, now this means we can make the change that I was considering without having to make the change that I was considering, if that makes sense, without having to stop to do it. We have an extra set of soft tyres, you see. So I can now be nice and aggressive with that first stint. Here we go. Evening, Strofan. A red flag could ruin my race. No. Red flag won't ruin my race at all. If anything, all the guys on mediums are going to make the change to hard tyres. The guys on hards are probably going to change to mediums and still be behind the hard tyres. We're going to be on soft and sprinting away. We should open up a nice big gap. Yes, I do have 3 fresh softs. I've got 3 brand new sets and 1 almost new set as well. So, yeah, we are looking very, very nice here. Let's see the replay then. Perez is definitely out. Lawson looks like he's still going.
Now we're just proceeding through turn 4.
So through Massenet.
Oh,
There's the collision
crash
at
there.
Casino.
Well, they may have been keen to leave their mark,
and that's why there's a red flag. Perez's car just completely ground to a halt, blocking the entire circuit. So, brand new tyres. Brand new tyres. That's going to sort out the fuel issue. And it's going to give us, I think, full battery.
We're set once more. And soon we'll continue.
Oh, that looks like
race.
soft tyres on Leclerc.
And it's lights out. And away we go.
Oh, a lot of cars been onto softs. I didn't sort out the fuel. I thought it would. So Antonelli gets another decent start. Piastri gets a better start this time and gets through. Lawson is the one who gets the penalty. And a lot more cars on the softs than I was expecting there. A lot more cars.
DRS has been enabled.
I have to take over Ferrari. We'll never see them as bad as they are. Yeah. Yeah, if we do another season, then we will definitely be taking over Ferrari. We've left our team here in excellent condition. Hopefully they won't immediately collapse when we leave. High temps are falling, and I've just realised why. That would have actually cost us lap time.
That was fastest lap.
Charge the pack.
Yep.
Recharge on.
Oh, side by side. That's where the Haas went wrong. And I think Piastri is going to get this move completed eventually as we come up to the hairpin. There we go.
Pictures look good.
Currently P1.
So Tsunoda's potentially going to be the cork in the bottle here for the cars behind him. He's already dropped nearly 2 seconds off the back of Gasly.
Be careful with the car.
Copy. So no risk.
Let's see if we can just slowly build a little bit of a lead over Leclerc and Norris now. Hopefully those two scrapping will hold each other up and allow us to break away a little bit. But our drivers sticking to the racing line where possible, not really challenging the car in front as well. It's the closest we're going to get to team orders, unless it gets to the closing stages of the race and they're still nose to tail. And we are opening up that gap at the moment. Take a look at tyre wear. It's not like we're burning our tyres harder than everybody else.
I am trying.
Keep your head down.
Copy. Copy.
This has been Oscar's strongest weekend since Antonelli came into the team. Had a couple of rough qualifyings since George left. It's him going to be returning to winning ways today. He has had the pace edge over Antonelli all weekend by a tenth or two on average. And now that we've put that 1 second gap between them, we should see Oscar slowly start to edge away. I am tempted to drop Antonelli back a little bit further as well, just because of his tyre temps went up quite a bit behind Oscar there. A little bit more clean air. You can see the gap is increasing up to 1.5 seconds now. So hopefully it'll just sort itself out. Gap to Leclerc is 2.8 seconds now to Antonelli. .114.0 and a 114.5. A tenths quicker than Leclerc and Norris. Let's just keep an eye on this battle. And this is going to be cooking Norris's tyres the longer he stays tucked up like this without getting through. You can see the wear rate there. Leclerc is definitely looking after his tyres a bit more. I think everyone is really, Norris as well, but our tyres on that higher push, Norris is basically worn out to the same degree because he's in that dirty air and they're just overheating. Let's take a look at his tyre temperatures while he's stuck there. Yeah, 108 degrees on that last lap. Let's see what they are as he crosses the line this time. Still 108, so he is melting his tyres. Antonelli's now nearly 2 seconds behind, but has upped the gap to Leclerc to 3 seconds. There is Gasly stuck behind Ocon. Such a hard track to pass on. Tyre wear is comfortably ahead of where it needs to be, thanks to that red flag. So we don't have to worry about the tyres overheating slightly on Antonelli's car. And Norris is backed out. What if he's losing grip? Just about dropped from DRS range, I think. Yeah, he missed it this lap. Quick lap for Leclerc. Looks like he's trying to break away. Gasly still behind Ocon. Sainz has got past Tsunoda. And Max now gets past Valtteri. And we have a yellow flag. It's a VSC. It's another red flag. Is that Zhou? Yep, Zhou has put it in the barrier at Sandoval. And that messes up the tyre strategy even more. That's going to sort out the fuel load. That is a given.
Red flag, a red flag.
Oh yeah, big lockup. He clipped the barrier on the approach to Sandoval and went. He needs new pants. Went straight to the runoff.
It's not going the way the team had hoped today, that is for sure.
So a second red flag. What a dramatic start to Monaco. We've only done 18 laps. Oh, I forgot to change Antonelli's tyres. Oh, no.
We're ready to get this race underway again.
Pressed the wrong button. Oh, no, I did change him.
It's lights out.
Thought I'd messed that up then. And Antonelli coming under pressure, but holds off Leclerc.
Okay, Oscar, recharge on.
Copy.
Copy.
So really look after these tyres.
Copy.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
So Leclerc has gone for another set of softs as well. Norris and Ocon have now gone on to hards. Ricciardo's in the barrier.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Just clips the barrier, breaks his wing a little bit, has damaged those tyres.
As for the team back at the...
So this could well be a very early stop here for Ricciardo. He's staying out for now, but he is going to have to make an early stop, given that he's lost 40% of his tyre life already. And he's going to really struggle for pace until he changes that wing as well. Through goes Alex Albon, Stoffel Van Dorn lining him up for the next pass. And it's just a matter of time. He's already lost 2 seconds to Albon on this lap. Van Dorn's going to have DRS to help him get through. Rockets through. And there's a real risk that Stroll will get him here on the run up to Massenet as well. And does. Even the Ferraris are right on his heels now. Norris has got past ahead of Charles Leclerc. That's really good for us because Norris is on hard tyres, I think. He is.
Use overtake.
Cover.
Flat out.
And now we are going to try and break away from Norris. Now that we have a potential mobile roadblock holding everyone else up. Norris should get DRS this lap, but it won't be enough to help him. It will help keep Leclerc behind him. Sargent now developing an issue.
But there! Oh dear, that's not what they need right now.
In that hot, dirty air of the back of both Saubers, but up in P13. Nice 2-second gap has opened up already. And now those soft tyres of Leclerc's are going to get cooked if he can't get through. This is a crucial lap here for Charles.
You got fastest lap.
He's having a look. Norris has got him covered off. His tyre temp's already over 100 degrees. As Tsunoda and Sainz swapping places there, just behind Gasly.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Charge the pack.
Copy.
And Ocon's in the barrier. It's another red flag.
Copy.
Safety car, Oscar.
Now the action happens as they went into turn 16. And there's contact with the barrier.
This is going to be a red flag.
And
He's
that's
blocking
not what they
all
would
the
have had in
traffic.
mind when they-
There we go. Red flag number 3. Just hitting the barrier coming out of the swimming pool.
The team glued to the monitors and watching their hopes crumble away.
And that's one of the Red Bulls gone.
The restart is moments away as the race continues. It's lights out and away we go.
Copy.
And Gasly has jumped Leclerc now. Or has he? No, Leclerc has retaken the position. So Norris has stayed on those hard tyres. Leclerc has stayed... Well, Leclerc has put on a new set of softs. As has Gasly. Sainz has stayed on his hard tyres. I think Tsunoda's probably stayed on his as well. Max, Porsche, they're both on brand new softs. As is Iwasa. Albon's put on new tyres. So is Stoffel, Lawson, Petit, Mori, maybe. I think has also put on new softs. Everyone else has, and Ricciardo has changed his tyres as well. And will no doubt have changed his front wing, but he's still got structural damage to the car. His race is over.
DRS enabled.
You've opened up a 2.5 second lead on the first lap alone. But that will start to come down as Norris starts to push and close the gap back up. See if we can make the most of it. Max now into P8 and a chance to get further up the order as he's right on the back of Tsunoda. You see Norris has closed that gap a little bit. Porsche has benefited as well, up to P9 now. And Tsunoda's going to be saved by Sainz dropping off the back of Gasly by the look of it.
Copy.
Okay, so we just need to get into that
So
management.
we need to
Copy.
rework the strategy again.
Copy.
The priority is to stay out of trouble.
Copy.
Antonelli has a little sniff of a look there.
I am trying.
Keep your head down.
Leclerc has got through, and he's going to very quickly try and pull away and come hunting down our two drivers.
Copy.
And are there any more twists in the tail to this race? 3 red flags already. We are 9 laps away from the half distance point. Leclerc's gone about a second quicker than we have on that lap.
Copy.
That's currently P2. Next car's Piastri. That gap ahead, 0.8. Leclerc car behind. Leclerc behind 2.4.
Leclerc's opened up a 3-second gap to Norris already. Max now up into 6. I missed that. He has suddenly gone on the offensive, got past Tsunoda and Sainz.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is going very fast right now. This could be a new fastest lap. 1:13.6. Actually slightly slower than his previous lap. Not by much.
So happy to drop lift and coast.
Copy.
So we need about 19 seconds for a pit stop here. So as things currently stand, we will drop out in P15. It's way too early to even think about making stops, but the lap time to around Albon Van Dorn, we are nearly 1.5 to 2 seconds quicker at the moment. So very soon we will be moving up the order
Currently
for when
still
we make
on
our
the
stop.
Copy that.
Oscar's tyres just about at the edge of the temperature window. Why we're going to up them slightly. And given the multiple tyre changes we've had already, it's going to be pretty much impossible to try and predict the strategy of the rest of the grid now. Who knows what tyres they've got left and in what shape. Just under 3/10 quicker than Leclerc on that last lap for Antonelli. Norris is starting to close the gap back up again. He's pulled away from Gasly. Max is having a look. Max makes the move. So Verstappen now up into P5. He has been reinvigorated this season in that Williams after the abysmal season he had last year. Finishing bottom of the standings with just 2 points this year. He has had a couple of podiums, I think. Currently P5 in the standings. Nope. Yeah, currently P5 on 93 points. One podium this season so far. But a huge difference. 93 points. 91 points more than he had all year last year.
So let's just keep these tyres in good condition.
Evening, Clark.
Copy.
So Oscar, we can look after this.
As
tyre.
Gasly makes the move.
Okay.
Gets back in front of his teammate. This is Gasly's strongest race for a while. In terms of competitiveness against his teammate. Leclerc slipping further behind. Gap's back over 3 seconds, and Norris is right back on his tail again. Ricciardo's 14 seconds off the back of Masao Mori. Like I said, not just the damage that he did to his tyres and his wing, he's got structural damage to that car as well. So his race is all but finished. It's just now a question of how often he's going to get lapped. The gap that we have opened up means that a pit stop now will bring us out in P11. And Leclerc's tyres are starting to struggle already.
just give us some feedback on the tyres.
Tires are good.
So, Sainz definitely in a little bit of trouble here. Those hard tyres starting to wear out. Under pressure from Tsunoda. Porsche behind, not really showing the pace that we were expecting from him this year in the Mercedes. Sorry, in the McLaren. But he is starting to hunt down those cars in front of him. And those softs are still in really good shape. And Leclerc isn't too far away from the stop. Another few laps. He hasn't put on hard tyres yet, so he may well put on hard tyres to the end in about 5 laps' time. Or he may try and stretch him and go for a set of mediums.
So happy to push now.
Alright, here's a chance for Teo. He's around the outside into Sandoval. And he is up into P8. Should catch and pass Sainz pretty quickly. See, Williams still nose to tail. Max having to play second fiddle for now. And they are closing in on Lando. Gasly's almost in striking distance, actually. Just missed out on the DRS. Max has just kept it. Gasly's pushing hard here. There is the dive up the inside through Massenet. Completes the move on the exit of Casino. Or has he? They're still side by side through Mirabeau, but he will have the inside line through the hairpin here. Still Norris is hanging on, and Norris is going to keep the place. Great defending from Lando there. Makes his car nice and wide into the chicane.
That is Stroll ahead.
Okay, we don't want to lose too much time.
And we are closing in on lapping Ricciardo. He's not that much further ahead of us. Gasly again having that look. A little further behind this time. Couldn't even stay alongside through Casino.
Currently P1.
Just looking to see when we can see Ricciardo. There he is, just saw him. Let's see, what's he doing at the moment? 118s. Yeah, he's 4 seconds a lap slower than us right now.
Suggest increased LICO.
Copy.
More lift and coast for these PU temps.
Copy.
Getting closer and closer to the first actual pit stop of Charles Leclerc. Pit stop now is going to bring us out behind Porsche and ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Leclerc will come out behind Logan Sargent. And there is Leclerc into the pits. So, have I got this prediction right? Will he come out behind Logan Sargent? Hard tyres, that's him to the end. Okay, he's going to come out further ahead than I thought. Oh yeah, wait, no, I was thinking 27 seconds, not 17 seconds. It was the gap. So he's come out in 12th place behind Iwasa. And Iwasa, Van Dorn, Valtteri, Porsche, Sainz. Even these guys here, they're not going to be boxing anytime soon. Tsunoda's going to be the first one to make the stop by the look of it. Maybe Iwasa. But yeah, Leclerc's going to have some difficulties here. As Antonelli puts a lap on Ricciardo.
Gap ahead 1.4. Keep your head down.
Use deploy.
Copy, box.
Let's just stretch our legs a little bit now. Try and come out as far ahead as we can.
Piastri next car. Gap ahead at 1.4.
So 113.8 for both drivers last time around. 115.1 for Norris.
Just give us some tyre feedback.
And Leclerc has already caught Iwasa, but with Iwasa behind Van Dorn, it's going to make it a little trickier to get through.
Next car is Piastri. 1.4.
Van Dorn is catching Tsunoda as well. So this is going to make it even trickier. A 3-car train to fight through.
Recharge on. Copy.
So Wassa and Tsunoda both likely to stop in the next lap or two. Sainz also pretty close to a stop, but there's just no way through for Leclerc at the moment. He's stuck in the 115.7s. He was 3 seconds slower than us that last lap. And we should now come out just around about Verstappen, with Piastri. Antonelli will come out behind Max, but ahead of Porsche. Based on current pace.
We're ready for you.
Copy.
Oh, and there's the move. Ayumi Iwasa completely powerless there to stop Leclerc's dive bomb. Just so much more grip at the moment in that Red Bull.
Gap 1.6.
And Iwasa into the pits. The DRS saving Van Dorn on the main straight, but what about up the hill? Just about managed to stay ahead. Iwasa rejoins comfortably ahead of the first of the two Ferraris. So Tsunoda is probably going to box at the end of this lap. Oh, and Leclerc is lining up a move.
Ready for you. Copy.
He's going to have another lunge under braking. And there we go. Leclerc is through past Stoffel Van Dorn. And Tsunoda's probably going to jump into the pits. So that's going to free up Leclerc with DRS on the main straight. And we should see a very quick lap indeed from him here. Now that he has some clear air before he gets to Valtteri. No. Tsunoda has stayed out. Oh, Leclerc needed to clear him there. Will he get him into Massenet? Still stuck behind. Oscar now coming up to lap Lawson by the look of it, who still has that 5-second penalty to serve on his pit stop, let's not forget.
Front left struggling a bit.
Sonoda wise to the Leclerc dive bomb through the chicane. And finally, Yuki peels into the pits. That's a quick stop. It's the quickest stop, 2.1. I mean, it's only been 3, but it's very quick. And he also gets out ahead of the Ferrari. But he has lost track position to Iwasa, but staying out those extra few laps.
Tyre management we're happy with currently.
We're going to extend this stint.
Let's see what pace you can do.
By an extra couple of laps. We are definitely going to get both cars out ahead of Porsche at this point. Max is still stuck behind his teammate here. But he's going to get the first pit stop, I think, given his tyre wear. Still at least 2 more laps left in Gasly's tyres. Max has barely got a lap left. I do feel that had Max been able to stay ahead of his teammate, he would have got past Norris by now. Now they're both staying out. So this is going to be Max's in-lap then, surely. And at this point, Piastri's going to get out in front of the Williams of Gasly. Although they're going to be boxing pretty soon anyway. Antonelli is touch and go on Verstappen. In fact, Piastri has a pit stop over Lando right now. Just about.
Let's go.
Copy.
Okay, we'll box this lap, Oscar, box this lap.
Copy. Box. Recharge on.
And then we go, Max into the pits.
Recharge on.
Yep.
Porsche coming in as well.
So let's start closing up that gap.
And Max has gone medium tyres to the end of the race. So he's going to get an undercut on Gasly here. See if Gasly comes in. Oscar will be boxing this lap. Antonelli's going to go one more lap.
Oscar pit lane.
Will box.
2.3, that's okay, but it's definitely slow compared to some of the times we've already seen. Stroll and Murray also boxing. Norris now onto the main straight. It's going to be tight into the first turn. Can we hold up the hill?
P2.
Yes, we can.
Car behind Lando. 1.0 behind.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Gasly stayed out another lap, so that's pretty much guaranteed him to be behind Max now, I think. Sainz almost risking a puncture. He needs to box pretty damn soon.
I'm in the pit.
We will come out behind Norris, but we should come out ahead of Gasly, assuming Gasly goes another lap. Oh, that's a great stop. 2.0 seconds.
We'll have traffic on exit.
Recharge on. Copy.
There goes Oscar, there goes Lando, who has yet to stop. Gasly has stayed out, there he is.
Currently P3.
Claire now in P5.
Gap ahead, 1.6. Gasly behind. So gap behind 3.7.
Spice has stayed out again. And now we're into interesting territory because, as I said, we don't know what tyres are left for the rest of the grid. And that's soft tyres for Ricciardo. It's doable if they're new. They're not new. He's going to be touch and go, depending on the tyre wear of that Mercedes there. Gasly finally boxes.
Charge the pack.
Copy.
Leclerc's gone through. There goes Max. There goes Valtteri. And there's Sainz, and they still haven't stopped. Sainz now definitely risking a puncture.
Overtake available.
Yeah. We want maximum pace.
Copy.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Let's push and get past him. Just show me what you've got there.
Copy.
So Antonelli rockets back through into second place. This is the fastest lap attempt for both drivers here.
Happy attempts.
Copy.
It could well come down to that opening sector where Antonelli had the DRS. A 1:10.0 and a 1:09.6. It was that first sector that determined it. But a mighty final sector for Antonelli there as well. Let's calm their tyres down now.
Well, we need more management.
Copy.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Copy.
Sainz has finally stopped. Valtteri hasn't stopped yet. He's going again. Norris now running his tyres pretty thin as Porsche gets past Valtteri. And after a very dramatic opening period of the Grand Prix, things seem to have calmed down a bit. We have a monster lead now over Charles Leclerc and on fresher, faster tyres as well. This race, as things currently stand, is a foregone conclusion for us. Max and Gasly both lapping very quickly though. Chance to hunt down Leclerc. We have a 17-second lead over Charles Leclerc to Antonelli. So 20 seconds for Oscar Piastri there. Looks like Oscar is going to return to winning ways. As I said, he has had that little measure of pace over his young rookie teammate this weekend. But it's going to be yet another potential podium here for Kimi. And the fastest lap as well. And we could yet get a late sting in the tail. It could be a safety car. It could be another red flag. We've had 3. Fourth one is not outside the realms of possibility. Leclerc has caught Norris now. Norris staying out another lap. This should be a straightforward pass here. Much more grip, a quicker car, a DRS as well. Side by side into Sander Vott. He's got so much more grip coming out of that corner. The move is done halfway up the hill. .113.5, 113.0 for Max. Max still closing on Charles Leclerc. It's 80% mediums against 60% soft, 60% hards. Valtteri still has yet to stop. Same for Van Dorn. Either one of these two could puncture, and that would potentially bring out a major issue. Oh, Max has got an issue.
And as far as we can tell, they've got a fault with the car.
Is that going to rob us of a fight for the podium? Wait till he crosses the line to find out what the fault is. As he laps the Ferrari, he's got DRS. It's going to bring him in with a chance here at Lando. Just couldn't quite get the launch he needed out of Anthony Noakes. Will he have a look into Massenet? He has a look, but Norris has him covered off. And See, we're lapping 1.2 seconds a lap quicker than Charles Leclerc now that we're all in clear air. Gap's up to 20 seconds now to Antonelli.
More lift and coast.
Yep, copy.
Excellent defensive driving from Norris there, and this is causing Max frustration here. This is going to overheat his tyres, his engine. He's losing time, bunches of time to Charles Leclerc. Will Norris box and clear the way? No, he won't. Is he thinking of trying to go to the end? Valtteri has still not stopped. Neither has Stoffel. Neither has Petit, who's holding up Stroll. Something rotten right now. Valtteri stays out again. I think these guys might be trying to go to the end, you know. He's just going to plummet down the order if he stays out. He's going to have so little pace. Stoffel stays out as well.
Tyre temperatures are good. Tyre temperatures look good.
Copy.
Time management all good so far?
Look how much time Norris has lost to Max.
Yeah, copy.
He stays out again. Gasly is closing in on him now. I think we're going to see punctures. The Ferrari gets through. A Ferrari has unlapped itself. It's got to be Murray. Yeah, it's Murray. And Gasly's through as well. Bottas has stayed out. Van Dorn finally sees sense. He is in for a new set of tyres.
So we need to introduce more lift and coast.
Copy.
These are brand new softs. They are. Of course they are. Oh dear, oh dear. Norris staying out again. What about Valtteri? Valtteri on the verge of getting lapped. There's Albon behind. There, just in the background, was Piastri. %19 left now. And he stays out again. This is going to be such an easy pass here for Albon. There is Oscar. There is Antonelli. 1:18.6. He is losing 6.1 seconds. Oh, and there's a puncture. There is a puncture, and it's come at a really bad spot for us. Yeah. Tyre just went on the exit of Casino. And now he has to limp all the way through the rest of the circuit. And that is a huge warning for Norris. Petit has managed to avoid a puncture. Ferrari getting something right. Calling the driver in before his tyre literally explodes. Norris is down to 7th place now. What's it going to take for him to box? He's not even going to finish in the top 10 at this rate. He is so slow now. Valtteri finally limps his way back to the pits. And Norris is punctured. Hit the curb on the chicane and that ripped the tyre to shreds. Out goes Bottas on what is expected to be a brand new set of soft tyres. At least Norris doesn't have to go too far, but what a disaster. That's Iwasa, Tsunoda and Sainz there. It's a good stop for Lando. He's going to come out a lap down. And there goes Albon. So that is Norris out of the top 10. Here comes Oscar. What an absolute shambles for Lando Norris. He was doing 118s, 117s. He was so slow. One good thing for Norris is that tucked right up behind Antonelli like this, he should immediately slide on straight past Albon when Albon pulls out to let us through. So he will immediately drop back into the top 10. And there he goes, slipstreaming through. He's going to try and retake the position, but and unlap himself, but I don't think he's going to get through. I think, and even if he does, he might immediately get blue flag back behind us again. Max is still closing on Charles Leclerc with 12 laps to go. Although he's a second slower that lap. It's 2.5 seconds. What is that fault? We never did look. It's his engine. Not ideal, but not catastrophic.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape. Got me.
It's been such a comfortable race for us. We have a 28-second gap back to Leclerc now. It's going to be our most dominant performance of the season. Max back on pace against Charles. There is still hope that we will get a fight for the final podium spot. As we hit the final 10 laps. Norris has a look. There is still hope that Norris might be able to claim another place. He's stuck at our pace right now, but we are lapping 2.5 quicker than Tsunoda. At that pace, we will catch and lap him. Our tyres have just dropped out of the window. Just push those back up again. Part of me wants to deliberately sandbag so that Norris loses some more points, but there is a risk that if we let our tyres get too cool that we increase our chance of making a mistake somewhere. Especially with Norris putting Kimi under such pressure like this. Just following him as closely as he possibly can. Batteries are almost full again.
Fuel is okay.
Max just can't make the headroom that he needs, the headway that he needs.
P1.
Looks like Leclerc is just about going to hang on pace-wise, although what's his tyres looking like? Not ideal. Gasly could yet start to push back up to his teammate again. Took a second out of him on that lap. This is going to be, I think, Porsche's best result of the season as well in P6. Had a pretty rough year so far. Antonelli is closing in on Oscar.
Lawson has blue flags. Fuel on plan.
Will that little bit of extra grip for Antonelli be a factor? I don't think it will. He's slowly chipping away, little bit by little bit. At this rate, it won't be enough. But with a couple of back markers up ahead that we are closing on pretty quickly. You never know. A bad couple of corners for Oscar is going to bring Antonelli right onto the back of him. Max now the closest he's been for a while to the back of Charles.
Five more. Copy.
And a little bit of back marker traffic coming up for the Red Bull. He's probably going to get the DRS there. That's going to help him stretch that gap back out again. Piastri's closing in on that back marker traffic now.
Just give us tyre feedback.
Max got the gap down to 1.5 seconds, but he's potentially going to get held up a little bit here. Albon's fault escalates.
And that's 4 laps to go.
Copy.
The car double in 50.
This gearbox is getting worse. It should survive the last few laps. Max is now just over a second. Needs to get the DRS. He's in that 1 second window now. Is this his chance? Still has that engine issue. He's got any battery left, he'll use it here up the hill. Leclerc covers off Massenet. We are going to have a shootout for the final step on the podium.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks...
I think Ricciardo's about to be lapped by one of the Ferraris here. He has been lapped by a Ferrari. Oh, this is as close as it's going to be. I think this is Max's chance. Does he have enough left? Look how much Gasly has closed in as well. Any tyre advantage Max had is pretty much gone. And Gasly is right in this fight now. Could Gasly suddenly supplant the pair of them and take third?
Next lap is the last one.
Okay.
It's just 2.5 laps left to decide this battle for third place. Max is starting to struggle. And if I were Williams, I would be screaming at Max to pull over and let Gasly have a charge. Have a go. We start the final lap. It's been a dominant drive for Brabham this weekend. Any chance I think Williams had of getting a podium has gone. It's now going to be a fight for fourth between the two Williams drivers, and you have to say Gasly is probably looking like the favourite here. I don't think he's going to be close enough to have a chance at getting Charles Leclerc. He's got the DRS wide open. Here comes the move. It's covered off by Verstappen. He does not want to cede that position to his teammate. Covered off again. There's only really one opportunity left now, and that is the chicane at the end of the tunnel. Here comes Oscar Piastri. He returns to winning ways after a couple of races where he's been completely outshone by his new rookie teammate. It's been an excellent drive for Antonelli to take second. They are 41 seconds clear of Charles Leclerc. Max and Gasly are scrapping all the way here. Looks like Max is going to hang on.
I need to improve a bit the driving to be more on point, but yeah.
Porsche is going to take 6. That's, I think, his best finish of the season.
Side race. Pick up rubber where you can.
Max just able to hold his teammate off by the tiniest of margins there. But a Williams 4-5 with only one Red Bull scoring points. That is an excellent afternoon for Williams. Disappointing for McLaren. Porsche with a great result, 6th place in the end, but Norris 8th place. Could have been so much more.
Now, wasn't it an excellent showing from Oscar Piastri?
It was a truly excellent win, with everything working together for the team and driver.
That makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Seeing your team ready to share the celebrations. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And thank you everyone for joining us this weekend here in Monaco.
For the next round, the teams are travelling to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal.
So what an eventful return to our F1 live streams. 3 red flags in the first 20-something laps. And then pretty smooth sailing after that. A comfortable win in the end for Oscar, and a very comfortable second place for Antonelli, who also gets the fastest lap. So just 6 points lost against his teammate today. Leclerc gets third place, but was a whopping 41 seconds behind Antonelli in the end. And then it's fourth and fifth for Williams, with Verstappen ahead of Gasly. Porsche in sixth, Sainz in seventh. That's some good points for Mercedes, much needed points for Mercedes. Eighth for Lando Norris, could have been so much better, but he finished a lap down after that unreasonably long stint on the hard tyres and then a puncture. Iwasa gets a couple of points there for Sauber. Tsunoda hangs on for the final point position in 10th, ahead of Alex Albon. Then it's Stoffel in 12th. 13th is Logan Sargent. 14th Stroll. 15th Valtteri Bottas. Again, stayed out way too long, suffered a puncture, and had to do at least more than half a lap with just 3 wheels. 16th place for Masao Mori. Ferrari moving up the grid slightly, but still 2 laps down. Sylvain Petit in 17th. 18th place for Liam Lawson, with that penalty after colliding with his teammate, resulting in one of the red flags, with teammate Perez parked across the track at the exit of Casino. 19th place for Daniel Ricciardo, hit the wall very early on one of the restarts and mashed his car to bits. Then is the retirements. Esteban Ocon out in 20th. 21st for Zhou Guanyu. 22nd for Sergio Perez. In the driver's standings then, 25 points for Oscar, sees him on 168. 64 points clear now of George, who hangs on to second just by a point from Lando. He's going to start dropping down the order now that he's no longer in a seat. Lando third, just 1 point behind George. Then it's Leclerc in fourth, a point behind Lando. Max in fifth on 95 points now. Antonelli up 1 into 6th place, moving ahead of Ocon, who failed to score after his retirement. Gasly in 8th place, gets some more solid points for him. Then it's Porsche in 9th. He needed those points very much so. Just 28 points, a long way behind his teammate. Sainz moves up into 10th place with his 6 points today, ahead of Zhou Guanyu, who drops down into 11th. Then it's Albon in 12th, 13th for Stroll, 14th for Valtteri, 15th for Tsunoda, who gains a point, 16th for Stoffel, 17th for Ricciardo, 18th, and first points of the season for Iwasa, 19th for Sargent, first of the non-scorers, 20th for Liam Lawson, 21st for Sergio Perez, and Masao Mori in 22nd, Sylvain Petit in 23rd. In the constructor standings, 343 points now for Brabham, another maximum 44 points for us this weekend. Red Bull second on 166. We are more than double their score. Then Williams are third, just 13 points now behind Red Bull, outscoring them by 7 today. 21 points clear of McLaren in fourth. Mercedes fifth have just 27 points, so massive gap there. Then it's RB in sixth with 20. 19 points for Alpine in 7th, then 17 for Aston in 8th. 9th for Sauber with 11 points, gaining another 2 today. Haas 10th with 0 points, and Ferrari very much rooted to the bottom, also with 0 points. We got the fastest stop of the Grand Prix with Andrea Kimi Antonelli's stop of 2.02. Just edging out Lando Norris. Aston picking up some solid points with Albon there as well. Williams 4th and 5th again in the standings, this time in the pit stops. Max again just ahead of Gasly, but that's 22 excellent points for Williams again. Ferrari still showing that while the team is run by clowns, the pit crew is fairly competent. 6th place and 8 points for them this weekend. Lawson is 7th. Tsunoda's 8th. 9th for Alpine with Sargent, and McLaren get a point again with Porsche to go with the 18 from Lando. No top 10 finish in the pit stop competition for Red Bull. So we're on 213 points now, just 1 shy of being double McLaren's score. They move up 2 places ahead of Red Bull and Mercedes, both tied on 100 points in 3rd and 4th. Ferrari 5th with 86. Haas 6th with 54, 7th is Aston Martin up 2 places ahead of RB and Alpine. Williams, huge points for them. They are now on 26 points. Big improvement on the 4 they were on originally. And Sauber in 11th with a point. And there you see those stops. 2.3 seconds for Oscar Piastri. 2.0 for Kimi. Both drivers get their payout from the sponsors, so 1.95 mil added to the bank. The Tour Centre refurb is done. And that is where we are going to end it for tonight. We are 1 day away from the start of a new month, so we'll do that tomorrow, get the pit crew and stuff, everything done then, and then move through into Canada. So I hope you've enjoyed our first race back in about 3 weeks. Been a while. What an interesting start to the race. Multiple red flags, and then a very, very comfortable finish in the end. We have started to absolutely romp away with the championships here. It looks as though Oscar is going to have enough to hold off Kimi across the season, but Kimi will move up through the order. Will he take second place overall? On current form, you have to say absolutely. 3 races now, a win and 2 second places, and a sprint win as well. He is looking very, very pacey indeed. So, yeah, back at the usual time of 8 p.m. tomorrow for round 9 at Canada. We'll go through the inbox then as well. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.